Am I the asshole for telling my ex-friend about what my best friend was saying about her? Advice needed. Okay, so I'm going to use real names because I could care less if they see this, but I genuinely want to know if I was in the wrong. My 19F best friend, Taylor, of 4 years, had been talking crap about our mutual friend, 18F, Peyton. Her and Peyton had been friends for 14 years, and Taylor would tell me about how abusive Peyton was, and it was a conversation we had, and talked about for multiple hours, every time we hung out. However, it would seriously make me mad about what I was hearing, and I wanted to call Peyton out on what she was doing, but Taylor made me promise to never say anything to Peyton cause she was afraid she would try to hurt her. Here's a backstory on me, Peyton, and Taylor. I met Taylor through Peyton and became best friends with her not long after. But Taylor started to make me hate Peyton. Taylor had a horrible home life and faced homelessness too. She dropped out in 3rd grade, never got her GED, doesn't have a driver's license, and can't hold down a job. Knowing this, I paid for everything every time we hung out, but it was all worth it to me to know that I was helping her out and making her life better, her words. In this time I spent around $7 to $8K on her. Back to the story, I started dating this one guy who was bad news, and that's around the time things started changing for the worst. Taylor started role-playing S.A., with her being the victim, on Red Dead Redemption, for hours with me in the room, knowing how extremely triggering that was for me. She would fake getting her paycheck and then ask us to go out, then I ended up paying for it with the money I don't have. She also started telling me about stuff that Peyton was saying about me, regarding my recent trauma and mental illness, but what caught my attention is that I never told Peyton about that stuff, which made me super confused. I asked her to stop telling me about what Peyton was saying about me on multiple occasions, but she persisted in telling me every little detail about how I'm borderline, which means I'm abusive and manipulative and I will hurt her. Around then I actually had a pretty good grip on my mental state and rarely ever got mad. Taylor was never there, and I hadn't had an episode in over 3 years. I got tired of hearing about it, so I texted Peyton, for the first time in almost 2 years, as we had drifted apart after the stuff Taylor was saying about her. I asked her to stop talking bad about me to Taylor, or to at least loosen up a bit about it, and then she told me the most guy-wrenching truth. She told me that Taylor was telling her I tried to kill her, used her for money, mentally and emotionally abused her, and a bunch more of stuff. I was completely heartbroken, so I told what she was saying about Peyton, and what she was saying about her was pretty much the same thing she was telling Peyton about me. But Peyton completely disregarded what I was saying and told me she hoped I succumbed to my mental illness and died. Next thing I did was text Taylor. I just wanted to have a talk with her, since the stuff she was saying about me was pretty recent, as she had never talked about me before this time. I thought that maybe she was going through something. But she basically accused me of trying to ruin her friendship with Peyton and how bad of a friend I am. She called me a cold-hearted WHRE, and I realized I wasn't going to get through to her, so I told her we shouldn't be friends anymore and blocked her. It's been over a year and it still bothers me. Did I do the right thing? AITA, edit. As of the mention of my mental issues, the first and only time I ever raged, or got aggressive, around Taylor was when she was getting sexually assaulted right in front of me by an older guy, maybe in his 50s, in their apartment pool. I broke his nose and I grabbed her and ran as fast as I could. This was 2 hours after she was role-playing rape in front of me in a video game. What I didn't know is she was intentionally staying in the pool after I asked her multiple times if she wanted to get out while he was trying to touch her, which he progressively got worse every attempt. After the fact, she told me she was staying just so she could see if I would get mad.